Hello and welcome to Tuesday Talk. Guess who's running late? That'd be me. I was a hot mess. I still am. My hair. Ugh. But anyway, I just got out of the shower real quick. So I hope you're having a good evening. My day's been a little crazy. Um, if you come on, please say hi. And of course, let me know if you can hear me. And I'm streaming live on Facebook as well as YouTube on my Tuesday Talk channel. So I have been busy all day preparing for a class that I have tomorrow, which is all about ornaments. But then we're going to do some ornament fun tonight. And we're really going to kind of go off the cuff. Hey, Gretchen, good. Thanks for the sound check. How are you? We're in the midst of the ornaments tonight. So I hope I have everything here because I feel like I've been gathering things all the live long day, as they say. So I have a bunch of spindles in front of me. And I cut those earlier. Some of them I had cut and left. If you saw the spindle wreath that I did and took to Jenna's for her, good, doing well and busy, but excited since. Leave me hanging. But anyway, so from Jenna's show. So, oh yeah, that's a bummer. I wish you could come tomorrow because I think it's going to be a good one. So, anywho, I have all of these ornaments here. Well, they're soon to be ornaments, and they're in kind of rough shape. So, I think I have my camera in a better spot tonight. Thank you, Gretchen. Said the spindle wreath was amazing. I appreciate that. Now I should have cut this piece off because it's more of a piece of wood. But there's just this little edge on here. I don't know if you can see that or not. But I'm going to try to get it with this piece of rather coarse sandpaper. It's an 80 grit, so that should get rid of at least most of it. So what we're going to do is play around with some paint inlays, some transfers, some paint, anything else we can get our hands on. I am working on molds I should have cleaned these up a little bit better. Some molds for tomorrow's class, and I'm not having an excellent mold day today. So we literally are going to find whatever we have laying around and see if we can make it work. So these two they were the cutoffs from a big piece. So it looks like the screen is lagging, but so these, if you remember the Falboasis sign, that headboard, these are left from that. So all the white ones are left from that. It's been sitting on my porch and I thought I'm going to cut this up and put the rest out for garbage. I certainly made good use of that thing. 2 signs and now spindles. So these wooden ones, well, they're all wooden. These darker ones, they might have been furniture legs because this one looks like a furniture leg. Okay, is my screen frozen? This screen, because it seems like okay. We'll see if it's back. Okay. You probably couldn't hear me while it was gone, but I hope my sound is back. Wasn't frozen, but you lost sound. Huh. I actually had to get out of StreamYard on the other one. So you can hear me now? My screen's good. You should be able to hear me, I would imagine. Okay. Well, I'm going to get started. Yes, good. Okay. So I have a variety of colors here. And so these ones that I was saying that have these two notches out of them, we're going to find something to cover them up with. And like I said, I'm not having a good mold day here. I've tried different things. That one's not setting up. Um, the only things I have laying here are some skulls, and I don't think that's appropriate for these. I might have a few little Christmas trees. That might work. Your TV is lagging about a half a second behind. Okay, I have a little tree here, so we can put that on there. And it looks frozen to me, like my screen looks frozen to me. So I don't know what's going on. If I have to, I'll just have to do it in the other screen. Hey, Charlene, how are you doing, girl? I'm complaining as usual about my screen. I think is frozen for my project. You'll have to let me know if you think it is on your end. So right now I am just found a tree to cover up this part on this ornament. I'm using some Type Bond Thick and Quick, or Quick and Thick. I never get that right. Okay, so we have one. Can you see this? Okay, I mean, up in the, okay, you can see in here, but can you see the screen like that has the project on it? The one that says project? Is it like frozen, or because I don't see any movement on that one? And I'm afraid to touch it because I lost it again. Okay, it looks great. Okay, well, I'm glad for you because I can't, it's not looking good for me. So anyway, so we've got this, and I used the black amazing casting resin. No particular reason other than that's just what I had. Okay, now I see a little movement. Okay, let me see if I have another one of these trees. I do have, let me see. Okay, from the snow globe mold. And yes, I haven't given up on that yet. Okay, that's good. So I have these two little scenes. Let me see if I can get that in view. They are from that snow globe mold. Since I can't see it, I'm going to do this for a second. It's just, this one's the little, the forest and the trees. And of course you can't see it for the light. And this one's a little church like scene. So I think this one's a little smaller, so I'm going to use that. Let me go back to this one. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on there on that flat spot. And I was hoping to have some roses, but you know, we always do. We always end up improvising. So sometimes those things are the best things when it ends up being a happy little accident. Okay, so I'm gonna let these dry a little bit. That's kind of sticking out a little bit, but that's okay. So also a note about how we're gonna put these together at the top. So ideally, you would screw a screw eye in, which is one of these, but this one's too teeny weeny weeny. It's for jewelry. Can you guys see that? Again, I'm frozen, but this would never hold that ornament. So these are like for when you use the resin, and then you screw that in with teeny tiny drill bits. But this is too small for this project, so I have some at my shop, but not here. So we're going to improvise. I have a staple gun, I have some ribbon, I have some wire, I have all kinds of fun stuff. So let's start doing some painting. I'm going to set these two aside. It would be like Superman holding up a jetliner. Good analogy. Oh my. Okay, so I was also going to grab some pink while I was upstairs, and I did not. So I was thinking along the lines of some kitschy Christmas, because I was also going to see about grabbing from last year the some of the transfers. But I'm just going to get a brush and start putting some paint on this. And this one is Mermaid Tail. So I think that's a good kitschy Christmas kind of color. But I'm just going to start here, and I have no idea if you can see this or not because my screen is showing some glue. So the ornaments we're doing tomorrow, there's all kinds of different ones, but we're using resin, but it's going to be already prepared because I didn't think it would be good to have the smell of the resin in the coffee house. Might not be appreciated. Also, one of the ladies that has signed up, Julie, I know you met her, Gretchen. She's a sweetheart, but she's in remission. She's a cancer patient, and she has a whole long list of things that she shouldn't be around, and I'm pretty sure epoxy resin would be one of those things. So I'm going to go ahead and have the molds already done, and we're just going to embellish all the ornaments. You just turned on the big screen. It's raining, so you're enjoying a leisurely afternoon watching crafty videos. Are you the one who turned me on to Provincial Farmhouse? Probably, because I love Erin, and I'm always watching her. And we were talking about her before with the French country and some of the stuff she does, and I could listen to her accent all day. She has done so many projects that I want to try. One of them being the books that she does, like where she'll take a real book and then she'll open it up and glue down the pages and then use molds and transfers and stamps and you name it. Yeah, I just love to watch her create. I also love this color. I don't even know if you guys can see it because I can't see it. Okay, now I can see it. Wow, that's crazy. I must have to say that all the time so that it cooperates. So I don't know whether we're going to get to all these ornaments tonight or not, but we're going to give it a whirl. So this one is just a wooden one, and I'm just going to do some kind of dry brushing on it, just getting some paint on there. Not going for complete coverage just because it's dark wood. Yes, I saw her turn the plastic dollhouse into the witch's cottage. That was beyond cool. Yeah, she really has quite the imagination, and just I don't know, just an eye for detail. She just like always goes beyond one step extra, and it's a pleasure to watch. So my screen's actually in real time now. This is the first time today I've felt relaxed. So I was all stressed about getting here on time, and now that I'm here, I'm very relaxed, and I'm glad you're here with me. I have so many projects that I'm finishing up and working on some client pieces, and that's out at the garage. And then I had a video I was doing here, and I was finishing up my thrift flip Halloween project. So, and getting ready for that class today. So all kinds of stuff going on in the house. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to lay that down and do the end here. It's beautiful and the perfect new style Christmas color over the last several years. Makes me think of Shanu. Oh my. I'm not even gonna Hanukkah. Am I saying that right? So I was prepared for Hanukkah and then I saw that. And I don't know that I'm saying it right. My neighbors are having a fire outside. So Hanukkah, okay. I'm glad you're relaxed and doing your creative magic for us to watch and relax with you. Well, that's good. And you mentioned it's afternoon there, and it is 7:18 here. So I wish I'd have grabbed some more colors, but I did not. So I'm going to do one more in this color. Which one? Which one? They're all so pretty. I love cutting them off at different shapes, different places. Okay, this one needs a little sanding. Oh, okay. Don't apologize, Gretchen. I'm not I'm just not that familiar, so okay. I'm gonna do something unconventional here and grab jewelry pliers and try to snip off this little thing. And it works like a charm. I can just smooth it out here. Okay, so anyway, I was just saying I love these little shapes, just cutting them off at different places, and it just gives you an interesting different piece every time. So 4:18 here, we're 3 hours apart. Weird to comprehend sometimes. It is. It is. Oh, Gretchen, I did not think anything of that. I feel like I was the one that didn't I don't know, I felt ignorant. So anyway, let's just forget that. And we're respectful. We just aren't familiar. Or at least I'm not. Okay. All right, so we've got that little guy done. So these can lay on the drop cloth to dry. It's okay. This is going to be a messy project tonight, and I don't have any baby wipes here. Wah. So I'll just whine like one. I also don't have the hair dryer here, so we're winging it here. All right, look at this jar of paint. Look, can you guys see that? Because I'm still behind. But there's so little paint in here, but it'll work. We'll do a dry brush because everything's dry. Now, Grizz, go lay down. My puppy is driving me nuts tonight. He's a older puppy, but he's just oh. Okay. I don't know if you can see because I can't, but I'm using red. I'm only going to use the colors on my table here tonight and make it work. Because if I get up, you'll see that I'm in my pajamas. Hey, I just got a shower and I thought, I'm not putting clothes on. Bad enough I put contacts in, but it's all good. Told you I was relaxing. Okay, this paint is super dry, and I sort of wish I had a mister bottle here, and you would think I would. One of these days, I'm going to do all my work in one place, and all my things are going to be in that one place. So maybe I'll have uh, a she shed one of these days. We were looking at this thing that came up on my phone. Amazon sells these houses, they're prefab houses. And I forget how much they were, but I think it was like, I want to say it was like 18 grand. But literally, you get it out of the box and unfold it. And once you get it unfolded, then you're inside, and then it opens up sort of like a camper does. I'll tell you what, I could be content because it had a bathroom in it with a shower. I could be totally content to use something like that as a she shed. It would be insulated. We have no room to put it, but it would be cool. I'm allowed to dream, right? Gretchen or Charlene, I totally have had, really nice workshops in the past, had some really cool spaces, and I love to design a workshop. So that's sort of a dream. You have a really cool workspace. I remember you showing us when you redid your workroom. That must be so inspiring to work in there. I put a tent out back. And of course, that's probably going to have to come down soon, but I'm enjoying the using it, just like when the weather's nice or even when it's raining, I can be out there. I just like to be outside sometimes working. Okay, this paint is ridiculous. So I don't know how many red ornaments we're going to do. Back the she shed up to the pool. Yep. I'll tell you what, the guy that did our deck, he's an amazing construction guy. So I wouldn't hesitate for a minute to get him to build one. But, but we're poor now because of the pool. Gonna have to, recoup a little after that because we kind of didn't hold back. So now we have to kind of reel it in a little bit. We were talking about Christmas, Tom and I, and it's like we might just yes, pool poor. That's funny because my son, when we were looking at it in the beginning and talking about the deck when it was first almost constructed, and he said it's a sign of wealth. I just laughed. I said, no, it's a sign of poverty. I said, we are poor now. I said, but we're going to have some good family fun here. Okay, boy, you can see the red one. Okay, I would love to do another red one just because of Christmas, but I lost a bunch of comments, but I seem to be back. Welcome back. I'm glad you're back, Gretchen. um, we've just been talking about she sheds and being pool poor, all of that stuff. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put this. I have bunches of shades of green, multiple shades of green, and we're just gonna have to roll with that. I'm going to get a big brush out here and get some work done. Gretchen says I'd love a space of my own. I'm working on it, but it's going slowly. Yep. And Charlene, family memories are true wealth. That is so true. You know, I was cleaning out, I do everything from my phone except this. I do, well, part of it. The screen that you see that I'm working on, is that is my phone. And then the other screen, when I put it up to talk to you, that's my laptop. Where was I going with this? Oh, I was cleaning out because I do all the videos and stuff on my phone, and I was cleaning out pictures and so many of my grandkids, and I just I can't delete them, So that's where I was going with that. Okay, so I am using silk cactus now. And I really wasn't planning on doing full coverage, but yet I seem to be. I'll try to lighten it up a bit. I think I'm going to use the cactus on the ones that have the embellishments on them. Well, maybe not both of them. Do you remember Green Acres and Hank Kimball? My sister and I always said whenever we were indecisive, we were kimbling, because how he used to always go back and change his mind. And so anyway, Gretchen says, I bought my husband one of those digital frames, which is great to download those family photos too. Yes, that is true. That is a really good idea. And also, whenever I get in my, photographer mode and I just start snapping and snapping, I also have to have the, I don't know what it is, discipline, I guess, to get rid of some of them, You mostly remember the song, outlining the song and her hair. Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm going to do this, doing the tree on here. Oh, you know what? That's kind of pretty as a standout thing. Maybe I'll just leave this one white. How crazy is that? And maybe just dress it a little bit with the green. I'll do the top, just do a little bit on the bottom. We'll just distress a little. We can do what we want, right? I kind of like that. Okay, I'm done with that. That was easy. Okay, so I'm going to lay that one down to dry. Okay, let's see what else we have. I think I'm going to do another one in the, I'm going to really discipline myself to dry brush this time. So just a little bit. Anything you want, this is fun time. Yep. All right, so I did this one just a little dry brush. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and I also have sea glass out. I was gonna grab pink, and then I didn't, and I'm not getting up. I'll be embarrassed. Although Gretchen's seen me in my pajamas. Okay, let's see. Trying to think how we can do this one and make that stand out. Okay, I discovered dry brushing is very difficult for me. So many corrections needed on my stenciled items. Okay, Well, if you are having like bleed through with the stenciling, then that probably means you're using too much paint because you need to offload some of the paint. Um, so using a dry brush, again, you need to offload most of the paint and really just go over the very high points and not like go deep into the detail. Like say, if I wanted to dry brush across this mold, I would just kind of go over the top, which I'll do this because I'm using a green. I'm just doing the trees here. Gretchen, I don't think I ever shared the pictures because I saw them when I was cleaning the phone out, and I did not delete them, but of our resin night. um a resin pajama night. Definitely a steep learning curve here, plus I'm using handmade paper stencils for the eco product. Oh wow. God love you. That's really an economical move that I wouldn't have thought of, but that is a good one. Okay, let's see. I'm on a mission to use up this paint here that's all getting dry. This is kind of a little bit on the dry side too. My problem is I have paint everywhere. Well, narrowing it down to the garage and um, you got the idea from Crystal, yeah. And here. So I guess I'm starting to toss it when I'm losing it, but okay. So I want to do a little more detail in there. Maybe I should just dry brush the whole thing, even the church. Yeah, I did it. And I kind of like it. It's just simple. We can give it a little more color with ribbon and stuff. Okay, so what else do I have? I don't want to do, well, let's be crazy and do a couple black because I have transfers and that'll give us a different color. Who says we can't use black for Christmas? Thank you, Gretchen. Thank you, thank you. All right. Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those times when I get up super early because I think I'm done. Shirley, that mold is from the snow globe. That little, you mean the house or the church one? Yeah, that's from the snow globe. And so is this tree on the other one. That one's naturally distressed from me picking it up. Look at my hands. I think I better clean up before class tomorrow. All right, so we're going bold here. Oh, we have 3 more. I better move these around a little when they're wet. They're sticking in my drop cloth. That's okay. We're just kind of going all distressed here. All right. Throw a little paint on there. I thought these kind of crazy spindly shapes, just the flat ones would be good to do would be good to do some transfers on, or some paint inlays. I love when with the dark wood to let a little of it peek through with black. I just think that's always a good look. I love it on furniture. Okay, and you know that white one, I think I'm gonna leave that one white too, because I like the other one, and I'm gonna use the black to just dress it a little. You know, it's funny sometimes whenever I set out to do stuff like this, and I truly don't have any idea, like, I mean, I have some idea of where we're gonna go with things. And it's just fun whenever I'm doing it live and all of a sudden the ideas start flowing because I'm seeing directions that I think I want to go based on the materials that I have. And I don't know whether it's because I picked all my stuff or just end up with stuff. Sometimes it just all ends up working out and coordinating. My favorite part of the snow globe mold is that sweet little squirrel. I know. I think I'd like to do earrings with that. I think I tried already doing UV resin with that. The problem with UV resin and those molds is that it just it doesn't penetrate the color of the mold. Like if the mold it's shallow enough for a little thing like that, but it's not clear enough. And the UV resin, the light won't penetrate those colors. So I'm just putting a little black around the edge. Gretchen says, I love that you can pull it together on the fly. I'm still building my confidence, but I'm learning that I can do better than I thought. And that is empowering, you know, that it really is. It's just, you know, it is just a matter of once you begin, then things just start to happen, you know? So I'm just kind of doing that. Looks sort of like a lighthouse. I'm going to put another one over here, but I think, you know, just transfers. I'm going to do the top and the bottom, sort of halfway. Okay, so we have paint on all of them. And I think that it's probably going to dry enough for me to do some transfers and stuff. But if I do paint inlays, then we're going to have to put an extra coat of paint on some. And I think these, you know, ones with flat surfaces. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Which one? This one? It looks like a bong. Oh, Charlene. Oh, you're killing me. I wish we lived closer together. I think we'd get in a lot of trouble together. You know, I'm always saying about a creative retreat. I feel like we should all be together and do a creative retreat. I'm going to put this screen up. Okay. So Gretchen and I, you know, haven't gotten in too much trouble yet, but yeah. So this is, I'm going to hold up some of these paint inlays. This, I hate to kind of, so, you know, you get multiple uses out of paint inlays, but once you use it in a color, then you're always going to see that color on it, which is fine. But I'm just trying to, like, for a design like this, well, that would be cool to use. So would all of this, and I just want to kind of preserve that. Actually, there's ribbons on here. Yeah, that is so cool. Isn't that beautiful? The detail on these things is amazing. So I'm just going to kind of look through. This set is called, I should know. It's called La Folie. So mainly Christmas with roses, evergreen and roses. So some of my favorite things. So I think some of these things would be really well suited. These little flourishes and these bows, that's really pretty. Oh, and this row of trees, we could wrap that around one. Okay, so I'm just going to take a sheet here. And my scissors. La Folie, interesting name for Christmas. Yeah. Do you know what it means? I don't. It's like one of those designs. It's not necessarily just for Christmas, but it really works well for Christmas because with all the roses, but it's also, so much red and green. And I think in some of it, there's some holly and ivy. So yeah, just perfect. Yeah, here's some, maybe we'll have to get this one out too. Holly and berries, I meant to say. Well, this, not really. I love these birds on here too. The size of these, would be, it would look nice on furniture, but you're holding off. Well, paint inlays can be a little intimidating, but they don't have to be. I say dive in. I mean, I know they're a little expensive too, but there's like, my advice is if you're going to experiment with paint inlays, then buy one that has a lot of little tiny elements in it. That way you won't, you can just, keep trying them and try them because there's so many on them. Keep hitting the wrong button. It's okay. All right, I'm gonna I'll put the screen back down and get some of these out of the way. I'll get the transfers out here in a minute, but I want to get these paint inlays in. I'll get my mermaid tail brush back out. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one, the three trees. It's so pretty. But now keep in mind, it's not decoupage paper, so you don't want to lay that like this. You want to lay it down in wet paint. So I'm going to put some paint on here, and I don't recommend using it with the silk, like with an all-in-one paint. You can, and you can use it with a sealer, but if you're intimidated by them in the first place, I would say do the thing that's easiest. And you know what? I am going to have to get up a second because I don't have a wet cloth here. So that's imperative. So BRB, I'll leave that screen down so you won't see me in my pajamas. Okay, I'm back. La folie basically means folly and madness. Huh. Charlene says, I now have 2 inlays in my stash, but have yet to try them. I like watching others use them, and then I can put them in a shopping cart like I'm going to use them. I just read a cute meme today that said about statistics show that those who buy lots of craft supplies live longer than those who point it out. Okay, so when you do this, I like to get all of the paper because you don't want those ends to be dry. I can't believe it's 10 till 8 already. Oh, we're gonna just keep moving along. Okay, so I have another inlay. This one, let's do it on here. I don't know. I'd like to do it on there, but I have the silk. We could try it. What the heck, right? I mean, like I said, it can be done. It's just, we've said this before. Jamie Ray says that if you're going to use, now they use DIY products, but I can't help but think that similar formulas in all-in-one paints, basically something with a sealer in it. She always says 5 minutes, no more, no less. So we're going to use this big one. So remind me, 5 minutes exactly. So we really are going lawfully crazy and trying things. I mean, like I said, it's not anything that no one else has tried. I just have found in the past that I have much better success when I just use chalk paint. So that's my preferred method. But tonight we're going to go ahead. Thank you. Timer set. What would I do without you, Gretchen? You're just right there all the time. Okay. So I need a little paint to dry because with transfers, my hands are a mess. With transfers, as you know, you can't, your paint has to be dry. I'm gonna back up here a minute. So some of them aren't quite dry enough for transfers yet. This one feels pretty dry, so I'm going to set that aside. And these ones are drying almost, but I won't chance it. That one is pretty dry. And oops, and this one, obviously, because I just put that dry brushing on it. This one I'm calling done, but I'm going to get back to that one in a minute because I have to put some ribbon on it. And this one, sort of dry-ish. Okay. And this one, again, we'll maybe put some accents on it, but I'm holding it up here. But where's that hair dryer? I know, it's upstairs. Okay, and these ones, we'll use transfers on them. Okay, we have a plan. Transfers go quickly, as we know, but let's give it one more second here. And so I'm just dying to do something with this one. I'm going to put the screen down. And since I don't have that drill here, I'm not going to do all of them because I would prefer to get that screw eye in there with the drill. But I'm going to try something with some ribbon for some of them. So because this is green and white, I think that we need some red. So I have some red ribbon here. And I think we can just do a little loop on the top and use the stapler. But then we're going to have to hide the staple. So I'm going to lay that across there. And this will probably be kind of loud. Not that bad. I'm going to do a couple. Okay. So that's going to hold it. Let me do this. Oh boy. So that's what we've got so far, and that's cute enough, but we also have, let's see. Now I don't have the glue gun plugged in. Try saying that a couple times. Glue gun. But what if we did that on the top? And just laid this on the top. I think that would be kind of cute. Okay, so I have my amazing little pliers. You put that holly the whole way up here. Cut it real close. Whoa, are you kidding me? That little stem flew the entire way up on my shelves with my whole pottery. Are you kidding? I heard it. It didn't come down. Okay, so I'm going to be gluing this on later. Okay, but I think that'll be. I can tuck this in here at the under one of these staples. I do have a hammer here, so I can completely push that down in. But I think it's just simple enough and cute. So we've got that one. Okay, and let's see. There's something we can do. So I have a bunch of these, and I got them whenever the furniture store was closing out, but I love to put these on. I love to put tassels. Oh, 5 minutes are up. Thank you, Gretchen. I love to put tassels on furniture, like on the handles, the pulls, Okay. Oh, okay. It's not that good. This is why I like to use chalk paint. It's there, but it is barely there. Let me put the screen up. I don't think. Are you guys there? Jeez. Whoopsie. I left for a second. But if you can see that, didn't mean to leave for a second. It's like so barely there. I'm gonna have to end up doing something else with that. It'll be a background design. We'll put a transfer on there. I'm glad you're still here. I like hit something with my mouse and totally got out, but the fact that I'm on with the camera up overhead, that allowed me to stay in. Crazy, crazy. Okay, let me get some beautiful transfers out here. This one is called Christmas Joy. Oh, Santa Clauses and Holly and Berry. Best Christmas wishes. These are so pretty. So this is a paint transfer on a paint with a built-in finish. Good to know. Yes. So I anticipate I'll have much better luck with my chalk paint one. I know. Isn't it gorgeous? Okay, I'm really going to have a hard time deciding, so I'm going to have to soon pick one here. I'm going to have to pick a couple of them, but because, these spindles are odd shapes, so not something you typically make Christmas ornaments out of, but okay, let's take a look. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and cut out this, like some holly and berry. And there's like a little poem here. There's nothing Santa more enjoys than making toys for girls and boys, and in his way, his wondrous wise, He's wondrous wise, for he knows just what'll please your eyes. That would be cute to put on an ornament. Okay, so that is now drying again. So let's, I want something bigger for that. So this one's kind of smallish, but I don't, that'll kind of get lost on there. So let's do this. And I did have transfer sticks here, but I have a popsicle stick. That'll work. I would imagine my paint is dry enough. Okay, it's starting to come off. As they say, riding the wave, you can see it. When you get that little air bubble in there, they call it riding the wave. The IOD sisters made all kinds of cool terminology for. It's kind of difficult to do around this curved surface, just because you're gonna have to get the whole thing off before you start peeling it up, basically. But it is coming off nicely. Art transfer is just the most satisfying things. You know, sometimes it takes a minute to get it on, but sometimes it really doesn't take long at all, and it's just such an amazing look. It's, you know, the colors are so intense, and come on. So as always, if it comes up, just lay it back down. Gretchen says, I just realized that the pale blue with the white snow globe mound reminds me of Wedgwood. Maybe that's why it appealed, as my mother gave several pieces to me. Oh, that's nice. It's kind of it does look kind of blue probably on the screen. It is more of a minty color. It's called sea glass, but you know, that's true. That is very true. And you know, I'm glad you said that, because you know, that just goes to show that art is perception too, you know. That's why it appealed to you. Okay, this is kind of driving me crazy here, so I gotta peel it up a little bit, even though I need to lay it back down and get this little bit, but so much easier when I can pull it up, because all that paper, you know, the transfer sheet laying there isn't helping. I'm making this sound more difficult than it is, and it's not. There we go. Okay. So it looks pretty against there. And either way you turn it. So I was thinking, how am I going to attach these things? I could sort of take it apart. Because this thing is just put through here. So I could put a wire through it. So if I take the whole thing, I don't know how to take this apart. If I break it. So anyway, I think that would look cool hanging off of one of these. Let me put this up here. Oops. Oh, okay. Ay, 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 it's been fine. Okay. Since my thing left, avoid boho lest it look like a Christmas bomb. Now that is stuck in my head, Shirley. Okay. What do you think, though? I think it looks kind of cool. Let's return to that one. And let's do this one. Oh, we forgot one. Oh, well, we'll get that later. Okay, this was the thing that I said was stuck in my head. Now, I had this much ribbon left, but for this purpose, I think it'll be perfect. I have tape on here that doesn't want to go away. Which really stuck to the end. Don't they know that I want to use this piece of ribbon? Okay, so where's, is this the one? Yeah, because we have, that's the green and white. So this is the black and white one. Okay, so I just have this in my head that I want to use this as my little hanger. So I'm going to staple this on here, and then we'll find something cool to put on there. That one I'll have to hammer down a little bit. And again, probably use a little bit of the holly and ivy. It looks like a bell, not a bong. Okay, let's get a transfer here. Well, this is pretty. I'll cut out two of these. Just little silver bells and in leaves, like really pretty. We're way over. You guys are indulging me, and I appreciate it. I won't keep you too much longer. I just want to get another transfer on here, and I want to put one on that black because I want to see what that looks like. So hang tight. And if you have to go, I'll miss you, but if you want to stick around, I appreciate it. Usually on shining surfaces, they usually the transfers come off right away. Okay, it's starting to, because this didn't really have any wet paint, but I think this is going to be pretty. Because this is, whatever this paint was, someone had probably painted that headboard a long time ago and probably used a latex paint. We're almost there. And one of my pet peeves is the sound of paper rattling. So when I'm doing this myself, it doesn't bother me. But when I'm watching someone put a transfer on and they have a mic on and all you hear is that sound, it drives me crazy. Oh, thank you, Gretchen. Just going to play moderator and ask people watching to hit the like button. I appreciate that. That is kind of cute. What do you think? Let me put it up here so you can see it. I keep forgetting to switch the screen tonight. It's just simple. It needs a little more embellishment and I'll figure something out, but I do like that on there. It's just very simple. I might need a pop of red or something, but we'll get there. Okay, so let's get this black one. I think we need something real colorful on there, something kind of bigger. I think the tree might be too big, but I'm going to cut it out and we'll see if it'll wrap around there. That'll be gorgeous. That'll take me a hot minute to put on, but I think it'll be worth the wait. Oh yeah, that's going to be good. Okay, I'm doing it. Okay, here we go. Like I said, this one's going to take a minute. Trying to get the whole way down the middle first. The Tuesday Talk channel is growing quicker than my Statement Designs channel, which used to be La Vintage Decor channel. It's taking me years to get to 5,000 subscribers on Statement Designs. So, while you're at it, if you haven't subscribed to Statement Designs, I'd sure appreciate that too. But I think, just proportionally, this channel is growing a little faster. I just got a notification today about my watch time that I had 500 hours of watch time. Well, I guess, if you do have people that are watching one of these lives, they're at least an hour. So that makes sense, so that's I guess anybody that is up and coming on a channel is something good to know that, the longer your videos, of course, the more your watch time is going to be, unless, of course, people aren't watching them, I know that didn't make much sense, but if they're interesting, I guess is what I'm saying. If they're interested, they'll keep watching. Oh my, this one's taking a bit. But it's going to be really pretty, I think. So I shared my pet peeve with the paper sound. What are your pet peeves? I'm curious. I used to work with a guy that little paper balls like freaked him out, like spitballs. Like all you needed to do was put a little crumbled up piece, and like I said, beanbag chairs. That must be a nightmare, and he said yes. So any little balls, and I don't get it, but that's his thing. This is kind of hard to do on here. Again, I'm complaining about something that's super easy, or it should be easy, but if you rub your palm over the transfer a few times, the heat of your hand helps release the transfer. Let's do it. All right. Oh, it is going a little faster there, Charlene. All right, so what are you guys' pet peeves? Tell me while I'm rubbing here. Maybe you don't have any, which is good. Coming up nicely. So I go and jinx myself. Static on the radio. Oh, wow. Okay. Pet peeve, funny story. I'm typing now. Okay. Yeah, rubbing my hand over this some more, and hopefully that'll. It's almost. Yay! What's that last little? Oh, that is so pretty. I'll hold it up here, and then I'll hold it in the camera. Okay, so let's put it here. Oh, I love it. I love it. Now, this one, you could do the tassel on the bottom, which I think would be really pretty. I'm going to work on doing that. And of course, I'll always, share with you what they look like when I'm done with them. This one would also look pretty, I think, with the, that. Let's see what other ribbon we have here. I think the red would pull out. It's pretty fast for that large piece and gorgeous against the black. I think so too. I do have some other, oh, you know what? I forgot I have some velvet ribbon too. I might hold off on this because this is kind of skinny for this. The velvet ribbon would be a little beefier and I think it would be pretty. Oh, and I forgot. I have a paint inlay to remove here. This one isn't quite 100% dry. Again, where is that hairdryer? But I'm going to try peeling it anyway. Okay, I have to read this. Oh, 30 years ago, a man was pursuing me relentlessly. I said no 100 times. Then my boss told me to just go to lunch. So I said yes to lunch. And during the soup course, I dunked my bread into the soup. Okay. I think there's more coming. That was a deal breaker. Pet peeve for the guy, and he never asked me again. Well, gee, what's wrong with dipping your bread into the soup? Ah, were you sad? I mean, was he hot? Yeah, Gretchen's lucky you. You're probably right about that. Probably saved yourself a whole lot of trouble. Okay, dun, 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 dun. Oh, I love, love, love the tree and the roses against that blue color. You can see that. Boy, I'll tell you what, sometimes you were relieved. Yeah. Sometimes these lights don't help. Okay, there's a better. I love that one. Okay. Well, let's see if there's anything else we need to finish up or can finish up real quick. I'm not 100% sure how to finish this one off, but I'll figure it out. I do have that lovely velvet ribbon, so that's probably going to come into play with some of these. So it's 8:20. Wow. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and I had fun tonight. Um, and Gretchen, you're gonna have to let me know what your pet peeve is too. So, but had a great night with you guys, and I love you. And I will see you tomorrow night, I hope, on Flippin' Bunch. Um, I can't even think right now what we're talking about. It's not my turn to host, so like, oh, Pinterest pics. So that's what we're doing. So anyway, um, I hope to see you there. And we have all kinds of fun stuff coming up, and we'll let you know what upcoming events. We'll fill you in on all those tomorrow. So we're coming up with some new ones too. So, all right. Again, love you guys. Have a wonderful night, and thanks for hanging out with me.